Okay, so welcome to the POPBANGCOLOUR studio here at Fargo Village. Welcome along. We're obviously in a very weird, odd time right now. So normally I'd be painting live events, shows around the country, but unfortunately, I'm here. Well, not unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, we're going to make use of the time we have got now to be in the studio. So, if you haven't been before, here it is in Coventry, very much locked at the moment, so that I can do stuff like these sessions. So, I'll try and entertain and create and do some things that you may or may not have seen before. So, to start off with, obviously, normally, I'm painting with these little bad boys and to create artworks. So I've got some ready control cars. These are new ones I've recently bought. So we've got the Porsche Cayman GT4 there, and you've got a lovely Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon as well, nice and green at the moment for the time being. So what I thought I'd go through is, first of all, obviously you've got the colour wheel. That is the predominant thing that's how I first started doing it. I did have it to hand. Ta-da! I have got it to hand. That is the colour wheel. I always put the yellow at the top because that's how I remember it. So you got your primary and your secondary colours. There are other ways of mixing colour as well. There are versions of it as well. But your primary colours, you've got your yellow, red, and blue. Primary colours. Then you've got secondary colours, which are green, purple, and orange. So, what you can do is you can create that and do that in a number of ways. It's a really, really simple task. It's a fun task. And it depends on what materials you have got. You can kind of create them in different ways. So, generally, this is how I first started doing it. 2006, I took over a shopping centre in Wolverhampton and created some colour wheels in there. People decided to watch me paint. So that's how it kind of kick-started, really, if some of you may or may not know that. So yeah, I've been doing it for 14 years now. So that is a colour wheel. This is something I've done for another project of mine. So we're going to start. What you can do, I mean, I've got some kind of relatively cheap paints. So you kind of, I say, always go yellow first, I find, because that's always one I always try and remember. So you've got yellow, you've got red, you've got the red there we are. Oh, there we are. Nice bit of red to go down there. There's a nice bit of glitter paint as well, so it sparkles nicely. That's and that, and then so you got your red. Don't forget, so there your primary. You've got red, so you mix it, red. I've done it wrong, immediately wrong. That's because I'm under pressure, you see. So I'm performing, which is fine. Normally, how it goes down is you go yellow, red, blue. They're your primaries, and then you drop in your secondary colours after that. So you then put your blue here. So you have this kind of triangle. Within the circle, you have a triangle, essentially. So yellow, red, blue, and then you have green, purple, and orange are your secondary colours. So with your primary colours, you can mix and create your secondary colours. That's there. So obviously yellow, when you mix yellow and red together, you get orange. And when you mix red and blue together, you get purple. Okay? And then, after that, when you mix your blues and yellows together, you get green. Okay? So it might not be that exact shade of green, but it's the ones that I have immediately to hand. And these are just really basic paints you get from your shops. Hopefully you might have some at home. But, so, I mean, normally I would use the radio control cars. This is why the cars are always normally upside down at shows and events, because they're normally on the same frequency. You can probably hear them around here as well. And what I do at least, is you mix your colours together with the car, and that's where you start getting a colour wheel. And it's actually quite hard. It's harder than it looks. I do a lot of this. I do this for school talks. I do this for corporate events. And actually, when you work together and you've got 5 or 6 people on a very, very large piece of artwork, it's not as easy as it looks. And it can get quite messy because the main colour you don't want to get is brown. And you don't want to make it into a mucky. You want it nice and pretty. So when you put it on your fridge later, you can go, I created that. You don't necessarily have to use cars. Obviously, it's my studio. That's what I've got to hand. You can try this with watercolours, with brushes. We have to say the word brushes occasionally, unfortunately. But, you might want to try it with sticks, maybe, with leaves, or what, the stuff around the house that you can immediately get hold of. Maybe don't use the cutlery in the kitchen. You've got to eat that later, so that's not a good idea. So, try, maybe don't just paint with brushes as such. Try and create with different things. And that might kind of spark some interest, as it were. So, that's why I put the cars back upside down when they're finished, because otherwise they're going to go. But they kind of have a life of their own, and then you can use the other one. The other one will have a slightly different, slightly faster. So that'll do a slightly different way. You get a nice bit of pattern out of it as well. And what's lovely about, particularly like these, you could start building up the layers for some of these. I realise that all of you won't have, I'm lucky to have some space that I can get mucky in. Got clothes I can get mucky in. So, that's, if you're trying this later, just make sure that you can actually do it on the kitchen table, and otherwise you might get in a bit of trouble. I can get messy in here, and I can just wipe paint on me as well. So that is one way of doing it. Also, if you haven't got radio control cars, and obviously at the moment we travelling and going to build to areas you don't want to be running off to the shops and stuff. So use what you can, use what you've got in the house. I've got some toys here as well. I mean, yes, they are new. There's a nice F-type Jag. So what you can do is, sometimes with another piece of paper. I mean, there's a start. There we are. Very quick. We're not looking for like perfection here. There is an artwork that you've done very, very quickly. I'm also very aware there's a lot of A-level students, GCSE students who've you're kind of all up in the air at the moment in terms of what your where your grades at and what's going on. So this is kind of something you can just have a bit of fun at, and you can kind of forget the worries about the bigger picture of what's going on at the moment. So that is just a bit of poster paint, and I think that's one for the fridge later, I'd say. But you can with the pullback cars as well. You can kind of get that. You get a nice bit of splash as well. But so that's kind of acrylics, poster paint. I did this when I first started doing it, was food colouring. So food colouring is really, really easy to use, relatively cheap to use, and you might have that in the cupboard or the kitchen to have a go at. So I actively encourage trying to do that. Obviously, don't make sure you ask the food colouring person's permission before using it. So, I've got some inks here as well. As I said, you can kind of, with the inks, you can just drop them down. I mean, obviously, I'm fortunate enough to have these materials to hand, but I'm just trying to think of activities that are quick, that are fun, easy. If you kind of got the kids crawling up the walls, or even if you as adults are crawling up the walls, then at least this is something, a bit of fun that you can all have a go at as a family as well. Hopefully. But obviously don't use your dad's toy collection if he doesn't, or your mum's. Let's be fair here. Make sure you use the stuff that you're allowed to use. I'm allowed to use this because they're mine. Right, got little micro machines. These are literally from the pound shop. So you can get hold of these, and you can kind of really kind of go in there. That's looking alright, that's looking alright. Yeah, that's nice. That is. I mean, that's probably might even use that for something. You never know. Yeah, it could be a background for one of the retired cars I'm doing, or something like that. Yeah, sometimes I even surprise myself doing something really good. This is the joy of it. Like, art isn't about long. Yeah, yes, my originals normally are 8, 10, 15 hours. I mean, what was that? 30 seconds, a minute, to do it. And then you can, with these inks particularly, you can start building those layers back up as well, which is nice. So, I'm getting all my conveyors. I've got enough to do down here. Maybe they don't fall over or fall off the stool. That'd be funny there. One for the. So, and this is exactly what I do with my originals as well. When I'm building up layers and I'm creating at shows, you put down layers like this is all pretty much already dry. So you can start building those up. And then start by and then all of a sudden you've got a completely different, you've got two very, very different colour wheels. There we are. So, if you can see that. So you've got one which is more inks and a bit darker, but vibrant. You can it's more about the texture. This is more it's more fun. It's like I enjoy both. If you can do both, have a go at both. And you can do this at any scale you want. I'm just trying to think. If you're at home, you won't have that much space. So hopefully that makes sense so far. So colour wheels is a good start. Like it is literally a starting point. What I used to do as well, so there's inks, paints, so what I've just got some, I really enjoy using these. When I was travelling recently, I really enjoy this because they're kind of double, you got like a thin tip and a fat tip, and they're just really nice to kind of just kind of draw with and sketch with. I mean, I'm a painter. I have a degree in painting. That's what I do. But I've also sculpted. I've done different things. I've tried different things, and it's all really, really important to sometimes sketch and sometimes do things which take you outside your comfort zone, because you never know what that will be really. So. As at the moment, now I'm very much like a lot of people in the events industry. It's unknown of when my job will restart or what's going to happen over the next few weeks and months. So I'm very much experimenting, trying new things. And I wanted to do this because I always think art should be accessible. Accessible? Yeah, I'm not great at English. I'm got to see it English, but you shouldn't feel that you shouldn't be able to at least pick up a pen and draw and have a little and again you can start. This is just another colour wheel. I'm just picking out some pens and just doing some scribbles. But what I love, one of my favourite all-time things is just is doing continuous line drawings. That's one of my. I really just enjoy it because it really loosens up how you create. And whenever I'm painting artworks, I'm always painting them for the first time. I don't do practice images or try it out or see if it's going to work. I just go right, doing it, crack it on. That's the next artwork. So this is quite nice as well. This is just another, with all the colours together. And just kind of be loose with it. You can go all the way over there. And there isn't any rules. I'm not saying it needs to look like this. You should. You're going to get a terrible grade. And believe me, when I was at school, I argued with my art teachers and I tested them to see, because that's always kind of what I wanted to do, really. I've always believed. So that was quite nice. It's funny, when I'm painting, often I'm just I'm just thinking about things and I don't really, never really thought, yeah, oh, what am I, yeah, should people know what I'm thinking? What's I'm painting? What am I thinking? There we are. It's quite nice. It's another one. Yeah, so yeah, you've got, that's another colour wheel. You can see that. There we are. This is odd for me because normally I've got like I have people watching me whilst I'm painting at shows and events, and I'm like, oh, I hope people are watching and people are enjoying. I'm sure all of you have got some stuff lying about, like, stuff that's come through the post. What you can do is you can also collage with the so you can start by picking out the colours. There's a nice bit of orange there as well. So you don't necessarily need scissors to go back into it. Some Pritt stick. Other glues are available. Yeah. So you can start. Yeah, it necessarily doesn't have to be a colour wheel. I mean, you could create a car or whatever. Your cat, your dog, whatever your favourite thing. With so as I say, this one's I'm just going through here. This one I need some blue and purple over here as well. So there we are. And this is very much stuff that I used to do when I was teaching. Believe it or not, I was a teacher at one point. And you can create stuff, make stuff really, really easily. I did some amazing portraits. You can create a portrait out of cutting up things as well. Maybe that's something we do later, at a later date. Depending if people want this to happen, obviously. If you see if I can be in the studio, obviously. At the moment, we've got access and I can get in, but it is very much locked, the studio. So if you've got any questions or queries, please feel free to get in touch. Drop me a tweet or Instagram or Facebook on the socials. And if you've got any ideas for potential you'd like to see me create, then I'm up for it. Yeah, like if I can have a go at something, and I'll time lapse it, I'll video it. Eventually we'll get onto YouTube, but we can't upload live at the moment because I need 1,000 subscribers, but I have only just started it. So POPBANGCOLOUR on YouTube, hit subscribe. I think that's what the kids say. I'm too old for that kind of stuff, but we'll give it a go. Oh look, Christmas cards. There we are. So and you start seeing a colour wheel. Oh look, this is a fascinating read. Heating and ventilating and plumbing. I mean that's. I'm sure it's fascinating, but it will also make a lovely blue here as well. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. I think it's about 27 minutes. Wow, I mean that's flown by. So I think what we'll do, I've got an artwork to do, so I'm going to rig it up, get the studio organised. But I'd like to see your own colour wheels. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like either through felt tips, through painting, through whatever, I'd like to see create your own colour wheels. You could line up all your cars in different colours. Obviously, black and white don't tend to be in a colour wheel. So do that. Line up something. Put all the remaining food you have in a. No, don't do that. Whatever. All your clothes you haven't put away yet. Put those line up in a nice colour wheel, and then tag it POPBANGCOLOUR on on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. On all of the socials, Paint with Cars is the hashtag. POPBANGCOLOUR, Paint with Cars. And if you like this, let me know, and I'll do another one because it's quite fun. Because to be honest, I'm not going anywhere, so I need to remain creative, and funnily enough, I was a teacher at one point, so it's kind of like teaching, but not to a classroom of unruly kids, just nobody. So yeah, well, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. As I say, let people know, share it away, and then maybe on the other side of whatever we are in at the moment, it could become like a TV series, couldn't it? Yeah. Bye.